A word for our listeners. Season 2 of Masks of Nyarlathotep is set in the 1930s and 40s. We will be using terms and sayings from those times, including some that could be considered offensive. It's not our intention to offend. We merely wish to offer as accurate a view of the time period as possible. Welcome to Masks of Nyarlathotep, a Nerds Domain gaming podcast. Join us each week as our investigators uncover the corruption of the mythos in World War II. Starring George Chimples, Rob Walker, Phil Durham, Shirley Niedzwiecki, and Justin Kimmett, with Matt Quiett running the table as keeper. Eldritch evils and crazed Nazi cultists await you just beyond this music. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Nerds Domain Presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. I am Matt, and I'm here with Shirley.
Hello.
And Rob.
Having a good time.
And Phil.
Hey, I wasn't last.
Shoot, and George.
Hi there.
I need to look up.
It wasn't even on purpose, man, because you always start over there. You always go around, and I'm always last.
Maybe you shouldn't sit there, Phil.
Maybe you could do it in a different order,
Maybe
Matt.
you could do it in a different order. All right, so we are at the Misr House. There has been a couple of exchanges that have gone poorly for the hosts. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that.
Yeah.
I'll
stick with
If
that.
you don't know what's going on, that's all right. You just like our play. No, if you don't know what's going on, you should go back and listen to the couple previous episodes. So it is about that time that Astor, you walk back in from the bathroom.
Yes.
With not a cut hand, and Blake, you walk in from the great room. What are you doing, Blake?
So it's obvious that Carlos is making a scene.
Oh yeah, it's when have you ever seen those rap battles, and like the people just kind of form up in a circle around them all looking, like the dancing scenes in every movie where people have to do dance offs. It's like that. Carlos and Nalani are at the center, and everyone is just circled around them.
Do some people go, oh?
Yes, in the proper British society way, which is to stand there quietly.
Hell yeah.
You can hear it echoing though.
And I see Astor coming out of the bathroom.
Yes, with another man.
Well, I'm not going to pay any attention to that.
No, kidding.
I will pretty much make a beeline for Carlos.
Okay.
And then I'll because
If
I mean
he
it's known
moves-
to Nalani that we're associated, obviously. So
Okay, so if Blake starts to move,
I thought you were
toward
staying by the
Carlos-
door, by the secret door.
Oh,
That was the impression you gave me. If that's not the case, you tell me now.
no. It's fine. I'm by the door.
Okay.
so I'll come to you and say, perhaps we've
Overstayed.
I was gonna say put too much on the word for like when you put too much on your host or whatever.
Imposition.
Yes, I think we've put enough of an imposition on our hostess for this evening. Carlos, shall we adjourn?
What are you talking about?
How much have you had to drink?
He's been drinking just constantly since he's been there.
This isn't going to go well.
Things we didn't
Can I
calculate
hear
for.
everything that's
Nope.
going on?
The rooms are large and they do not echo well.
If you'll come with me, I think that there are better places for us to be now.
I mean, yeah. Well, we put on a good show. I'm sure the society pages will be talking all about it.
I'd start leading him away.
Okay.
Do you resist?
No, I slap my glass and the bottle into like two onlookers and just
Are you actually drunk, or are you playing up being drunk?
slightly buzzed, playing it up.
Okay, that's fine. That makes a good scene. Astor, do you go straight to Nalani?
Yes.
Okay. Roll persuade.
Got it.
Okay. You get over there and offer take her hand and kind of put it on your arm, and she relaxes visibly kind of into you, and she starts her rounds of calming the party. And obviously there's more to handle now, because while she was very polite, there was an exchange that was not appropriate. Okay, so Brian, you drag Carlos towards the front door.
Yeah. Once we're kind of out of earshot of other party members, I'll tell them the plan.
Okay.
Wait, so we're gonna run back in there with guns?
Everything about that should make you happy.
No, I just want to hear him say it again.
We're gonna cause a scene with our guns and try to take her out.
Cool. Not very error.
I thought the reason for getting the guns was if she did something, then take her out. Not the plan was we're gonna try and take her out.
Well, she's gonna do something like
Okay.
walk around or like wave at somebody or blink.
Okay.
Breathe, those normal people things.
Look
Yeah,
at
that's
us.
something.
Not look at us funny. Just look at us.
Yeah, she can shoot laser eyes. Who knows? Let's blast her.
Okay. So Blake and Carlos, you go out, get guns, rifle and machine gun.
Yeah.
I don't have any heavier firearms than my pistol. Anyways,
I've got my
but-
BAR.
Are you bringing everyone's stuff?
Yeah,
in?
I'm bringing his stuff.
Okay.
I'm bringing their stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
They have
Well,
heavier
stuff.
she had a pistol that she has on her.
Yeah.
That is the extent of her.
So I'm carrying your gun.
Yay.
Wait, real quick. There's outside, because we're like loading up with guns. So there's the doorman, right?
Yeah.
You think he's gonna try to stop us?
No.
I mean, he's gonna be like, "You gentlemen have a good night," and then you're gonna come back with guns. He'd be like, okay."
She wanted to see these. She thought they sounded pretty cool.
So as you approach the door, he gives you a look, and if you raise your gun at all towards him, not even pointed at him, but just like raise it up a little bit, he just puts his hands up and backs away and slides away from the door.
This is for your protection, sir.
So the door opens. The front door opens, and Brian comes in holding a gun.
Okay. So I let out literally the largest scream that I can let out.
Okay.
The loudest, blood-curdling scream with the door, and I just kind of act like I faint in front of it.
Okay. So Astor, from the other room, you hear a loud, blood-curdling scream.
Your blood is curdled.
Everyone in the room turns, including the servants.
Right.
They run. The servants run in there to check on her, but the rest of the party heads that way, including Nalani.
Obviously, casually, or not
Yeah.
but like with a sense of urgency, but they're not running. You have to keep
Right,
proper.
right. Yes.
And that's what we're doing.
Nalani seems to be moving, but when she gets to the door and sees where the screaming is coming from, she slows to all but a stop. Like just at that doorway between the two rooms while the rest of the party guests go in.
I'm gonna kind of release from her
Mhm.
and step so I can see.
See, over there?
Yes.
Okay. You quote unquote wake up to a man kind of patting you on the face. The gentleman that was the doctor that went, he's standing kind of over her.
He's not a very good doctor. He couldn't even find a cut on me.
This lady
And-
fainted, but she seems okay.
And you hear a woman next to him say, "What is this stairway?"
Oh.
Oh.
This is
There was a
me.
plan, Shirley. There was a plan.
There's a ghost down there. Go look at it.
There we go.
See,
There
see
are
if
people in cells down there. It's horrifying.
You hear a couple of grumbles, and two men that you know are minor lords kind of step forward. They are probably the highest ranking people here as far as society, as far as title goes, but they are still very unimportant in the overall nobility.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of step forward and what are you talking about?
Go look.
So the two of them go, and then like two or three other guys follow them. Where are you going? Are you kind of staying in that fainted spot, or
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Because when bullets start flying, I'm going to
I need a spot from Carlos and Blake.
Pass.
Oh, I failed.
Carlos, you see Astor and Nalani come in. into the room. Nalani stops at the doorway. Astor moves a little bit farther. When Nalani sees where the commotion is coming from, she calmly turns and walks back towards the kitchen.
Okay. I calmly walk towards the bar. Or are we staying in the doorway so people can't really see us?
And you've got your machine gun, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you just like gonna tote your?
Well, that's the
machine
thing. It's
gun
like, how are we playing this? Are we like hanging out in the doorway so that just kind of like glimpsing in so we can bust in? Or are we just casually standing there with guns?
I'm kind of keeping my guns hidden, like not like super like I stashed them away somewhere, but like
so
not in plain sight or whatever.
our goal here is to get them discredited, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I will stay in the doorway, so the gun's like on my back, like.
Okay.
So if people glance over, if they look at me really closely, they might see it like in a shadow or something. But I'm not like brandishing it yet. But I'm ready to burst in if I need to.
Okay.
But do you make it known to me of what you saw?
What? That she left?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, there she goes.
And I'd be aware that that's towards the kitchen.
Yeah. There is a door out from the kitchen out to the outside.
Does it go?
It goes towards the stell.
Where's the library?
Between the dining room and the kitchen.
Okay.
Do we want to let her get away?
Do you want to set the library on fire?
I don't know where she's going, but there's
Don't you want your evidence first?
there's a
Mm-hmm.
it's as far as we know, she can go to the Dreamlands. She's a 4,000-year-old Egyptian priestess that is potentially gone on. Like, Wilkerson is a tool.
Yeah, but we shut down the tool. Like, if he's discredited and jailed or whatever for keeping slaves, like that's a thing in and of itself.
Is that better than letting her get away?
I don't think that we can really blast her to bits with these guns meaningfully.
All right.
I'd like to, but
So you guys kind of just
That's
hang out in
what
the
the spell
doorway watching?
I don't want to leave them without backup. Should we take a look outside?
We can stay.
Do I notice her walking away?
She's behind you. You went to look. So you will eventually, but like by that time she's gone.
I mean, I would have looked to the doorway, then looked back to see her reaction. Like,
Yeah, she seemed perturbed.
right.
And then did you look back to see what was going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when you turn back, she's not quite out of sight, but she's like going down the hallway to the kitchen. It's actually kind of at that point you notice that her heels are not clicking on the stone.
Ooh.
And it's either she's moving with so much grace that it doesn't happen or something.
Call to your woman.
Call to my woman. That's not a bad idea. I'll try to call out to her.
She doesn't even slow.
Doesn't even slow.
He doesn't. Oh, yeah.
I do. I got a little handgun. I'm not sure a handgun's going to do much, but I don't know if I believe that yet completely.
Sure, go for it. You can shoot her.
Can I have him roll an idea?
Yeah.
Roll an idea.
Even if I got it, I'm going to tell you I didn't.
Dang it.
What do you got?
I was going to say maybe that name wouldn't work, but another name would work.
Oh, yeah. That's a solid point. You could call
Do
her
I-
Chris.
Did you guys tell me the other name?
Yeah.
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 It's in the files.
Then
Yeah.
let's- Yeah, then I'll do that. I'll yell at her with that name, with her.
She stops, turns. The visage you've been used to is gone. The left side of her body, left side of her body is burned and not healed. And we're talking like up her leg. You can see like the whole arm is just this nasty mess, but it still has that snake circlet around it. Her face, like you can see through to, Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
That's what you're seeing there.
Ooh.
and her left eye is like blood red, and I mean like not like blood red, like it's like that red Solo Cup red.
Oh,
The
goodness.
whole thing. Not even there's not an iris and a it's all red.
It's been decimated.
Yeah.
Okay. What does she do when she turns to me?
She looks very angry and starts to chant.
I'm gonna pull my gun out and pop.
Okay.
Bye.
Go ahead.
I like this one.
Takes 2 turns to cast this spell.
Oh, hers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Don't worry, you're only doing a D6. That's going to put her down.
First one's a hit.
Sure.
Does anyone
5.
else notice this?
No, you will here in a second.
It's got a lot of names.
You fire, and it seems to bounce off of her harmlessly.
Oh, shit.
And you realize that they weren't making that up. Like, she may have been hurt by that fire, but it didn't hurt her enough to stop her from walking around not in pain. Go ahead and fire again if you want.
That was the first round, right?
Yeah, this is the second round. Go ahead and fire again if you
Now
want.
it's melee.
You can shoot yourself.
It might be better.
I gotta look up that spell.
I was going to say, why don't you start chanting? Do I have to give you all the
That-
ideas?
Shut up, woman. Let me role play. That was my next step, and you got all. Oh, it's not so fun when you get frogged, is it?
Wow.
The spell is arms turn to sticks.
Right.
Dominate.
All right. So then I'm gonna. I guess I'm gonna start chanting mine.
Oh, okay. So
What's a full round? Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, you how many points are you putting into that?
6.
So 3 rounds that you're gonna turn her off.
Oh, I spent all night turning her on. Yes.
Wow. Hold on. I forget what the name of that spell is.
Dampening.
No, I made that one up.
What's
Fire-
happening to Rob?
Fireball.
Or
We don't know
happening
yet.
to
Lightning bolt.
Astor?
Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
Dominate.
Prismatic spray.
She points at you. A green flash goes off. You take 12 damage.
Ooh. It's a death ray.
Even if that did not put you into unconscious, you are on the ground in writhing pain. You're going to stay there for 2 rounds.
Did he get the spell off?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, her girdle isn't working at all for the next 3 rounds, but she's leaving. She casts the spell and immediately turns to leave.
Yeah.
But at least we heard.
Yeah,
Saw
you heard
that.
pop, and as the room turns, you see Astor out, and then there's a flash that kind of brightens that whole room, and then he drops.
Do we get to give chase now?
Sure.
Because I don't care what Carlos is doing.
I suddenly get better.
Suddenly you're fine. So you guys are running into the dining room.
Sure.
She is not in there. She's now beyond in the next room. Sorry.
The library or
No, so
in the kitchen?
the dining room is here.
Yeah.
There's a hallway, and the library is here. So the hallway is alongside it, but doesn't have a doorway into it. The doorway to the library is actually off the dining room.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
So she's in the hallway to the kitchen?
Yeah, that would be your assumption.
Oh, I can't see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you two are in the dining room. You are going to advance farther into the hallway.
Yeah.
It's
The 3 of us or the 2 of us?
2 of you. Because
Okay.
is anyone checking on him?
Well, I thought also.
Well, she's going to have to move through the crowd.
Okay.
I was going to get to her next, but you two are going to keep going, or are you going to check on him?
Keep going.
Is he clearly alive to some degree?
He is writhing in pain,
I'm not checking on him.
Thank you.
but it could also be the same writhing in pain you do as you bleed out from a bullet. I'm just saying.
He ain't dead yet.
Not dead yet. Do
just a
you,
flash wound.
Rebecca? Do you get up and start moving that way?
No, my mission is not going to fail. I'm going downstairs to check on the guys.
Okay.
So that
That sounds like a great idea. You should go closer to the Nazis, who probably
Well.
have guns.
Who've been mowing down all
got
the
it
people that are
coming.
coming downstairs?
Right.
Right.
So, Astor, you are still on the ground,
Yay.
writhing. You guys are booking it into the kitchen? Who's the first one down the hallway, I guess is a better question.
Like,
Me.
Okay, so are you booking it?
Until I see her.
'Kay.
With my gun out, I dropped Astor's gun.
So you see, as you get in there, just as you get in there,
Yeah.
you see the back door is wide open, and you see someone dragging somebody else by the shirt out. You can't tell who it is because you can just see the outline. You're pretty sure who the person doing the dragging is her, and it's one of the servants that she's dragging out into the darkness.
Oh, well, then I'm going that.
The rest of the staff, so you're looking at 8 people, all pull like heavy rolling pins, knives, anything, and turn at the two of you. Oh, and have pulled out an inverted ankh necklace that now hangs.
is this a gas or is there natural
I
gas in this place?
I don't know what's prevalent in Britain.
Coal or natural gas?
The natural gas, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh God.
Well,
Well, and Rebecca died in the basement when the house burned down around her.
Well, she should have known better. She knew that people were going to set this place on fire. She got many warnings.
So yeah,
No,
she's
I think we were
she's
in the basement. You were saying how much you wanted to warm up this place.
I've been doing this for days.
Oh, well, that's fair.
she's dragging someone out into the darkness, and you have 8 cultists between you and her.
Well, it's if I can't get to the door,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move and mow people down on my way to the door.
Okay.
Ignoring them as much as I can to get outside.
They are not going to let you ignore them, but you could definitely fire on them.
Well, I mean,
No, I
depending
get
on how fast they can move or whatever. And
Sure.
but I mean, like if I'm on one end of the room, the exit's on the other, and all of them are between me, then yeah, then I'm gonna try to take them all out.
So Carlos,
Looking up rules for machine guns because it comes into play in this kind of situation.
your dexterity is 14, Carlos,
That's, I think, close. Yeah, that's right.
and 14 for Brian.
Correct.
All right. So let's go ahead and let you guys go first. So Carlos or George, the rule on machine gun is if they're in a spread, you can choose how many bullets you fire. You roll once, and then you roll a dice to see how many of those hit, and then you disperse them as you see fit. For every bullet you fire, it brings you up 5%.
It's different if you're firing at targets or across.
Okay.
So it says if multiple targets are spread across the field. Wait, hold on a sec. Yeah, it's different if it's a single target. So for this one, it's if multiple targets are spread across the field of fire, the shooter's chance to hit does not change. The opportunity exists to hit each target at normal chance, and each target is rolled for separately.
Okay.
The shooter allots how many bullets head towards each target, although that can change if they're in a narrow cone of fire. It can increase the possibility of hitting. So,
You can fire at 3 of them in a narrow cone.
what if I just want to do all 8?
Then they're not going to be in a narrow cone.
Okay, I want to do all 8.
Okay. You going to let him fire first?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if he murders them all, you don't have to worry about it. You can just keep going.
And I can just run.
How many bullets are you putting into each?
I'm just gonna do 1.
Okay.
So let me do this 8 times.
Yep.
So that's 1. Miss 1.
I got it.
Miss 2. Hit 2. Miss 3. Hit 3. Hit 4. Hit 5.
Okay. And then go ahead and roll damage.
Is it going to be...
Just roll once. It's fine.
9.
9? Okay. Oh, wow. Sorry, I'm looking for normal cultists because those guys were beefy. I don't know why.
Yeah, if all the servants were like jacked,
Yeah.
you would have noticed.
Yeah. These guys had like 17 and 20 hit points. I'm like, nope.
Jeebus.
17 and 20 is more than we have,
Right.
and we're goosed.
That was ridiculous. So of the 5 you hit, 2 of them drop. The other ones are still up, but definitely hurt.
Cool.
So, Brian, are you firing then?
Yes.
Okay, go right ahead.
I'll be firing at one of the ones that Carlos already hit.
Okay.
Really? Oh, that's a miss. You just want me to do all 3 of my rounds?
What?
You want me to do all 3?
No, because they're going to get melee on you after the second firing. So go ahead and do the second firing.
Okay, that's a hit.
Okay.
For 3 points of damage.
That actually will drop him. Okay, so 2 of them are going to move up on you, Blake. Well, that's a 1. I hit. Like a 1.
Oh, okay.
Roll your dodge. The other one is a 6. Seriously? All right, I'm going to keep these dice.
I missed my first dodge.
Okay.
I get to keep doing it until I get a pass or no?
You can roll on the second. Yeah.
And I made my second dodge.
Okay. So I only get to roll the first one. And you're going to take 5 damage.
What, he hit me with like a bladed weapon?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the wrong. No, you take 8 damage. Yeah, it's a butcher knife. I
It's funny
misread
you
that.
shot a guy and he took less damage than you getting hit with a butcher knife.
He like hacked off one of my.
You know, I
hacked one
take
of my
that back.
arms
You
off.
just take 6. My bad. They shouldn't have a damage bonus. I just rolled well.
Okay. Taking 6.
You're still taking 6.
Did I get like professional treatment when I was at the agency? Because I know I healed on the boat.
Sure, go ahead and roll a D3 plus a D3.
All right, well, that brought me to full then.
Okay.
Now I'll take my second.
Carlos, 2 of them swing on you. 93 doesn't hit. 15 does. You want to dodge that?
Nope.
You'll take 4.
Yay, cultists.
And the last guy stands in the doorway and shuts the door. Like the doorway to outside. Astor, you're writhing in pain. Shirley.
I have third round.
Oh, yeah, you go ahead and fire that 3rd round. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, how did I miss again? Jeebus, I have a 75.
You are really close to them, too, by the way. So you should be doubling your skill.
Oh, well, then I hit both of them.
Okay.
That one was 7. I don't remember what the damage was for the first one, so I'll just roll it again. I was also a 7.
They both drop. Are you firing at the guys that were on you? Swinging on you?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
if they're the ones that are hurt, I declared
Yeah,
that I was
that's
firing
fine.
on the ones that are hurt.
So I guess the one in the doorway and the one of the guys on you are dropped. Shirley, you are downstairs.
Yes.
And the 5 men are aghast, looking for keys. Like they're searching the area around the cells, but not going through that door.
Does she still have her gun out?
Yes, I pulled my gun out. I was going down
You
the
should say
stairs.
something like, "Maybe the keys are through that door." You rolled. Oh, look, you rolled an idea. Go for it.
Are they not
Says,
taken
maybe-
aback that she's carrying
Maybe
a
the
gun?
keys are through that door.
They probably haven't noticed. There's a bunch of slaves in pins. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the guys like throws the door open, and you hear from the other side of the door someone scream "Achtung," which is attention in German. You do know that word.
I know lots of German words.
Oh,
I have
yeah,
a
yeah.
40.
Da.
So there are men with guns, the Germans, and a bunch of unarmed men. What do you want to do? Do you want to hand one of them your gun and get the hell out of the way, or do you want to try and be in the middle of this fight?
I'm from the M people. So, It's late
So
at
much
night.
confidence. I'm from the people with the M in their name.
Is that the official name of our unit?
What, the M people?
Yeah.
The M people?
Yes, it is now.
What the heck is it called?
The other team
Section
that
M.
the other team that has been doing masks have become the Silent but Deadly Commandos.
Oh my gosh.
I like our name better.
I'm actually
own
going
people.
to step up and
Fire?
try- yes.
So you
I've had
like
training at this.
you pull your gun and point it at them, and the guy reading the book has like tossed it,
Mm-hmm.
and he's obviously the one that screamed, but he sees your gun and he actually puts his hands in the air, and you hear him say, "Prisoner of war."
Wait, he's not in uniform though.
His uniforms are hanging. That's
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
He's not wearing them. You can drill him. No one will charge you. Right in the head.
It's true.
Right in the squishy part of his
but
brain.
you may not know that. You're
Why
not
wouldn't I know
you're not a
that?
trained soldier. You're a spy. There's two very different things.
Spies are allowed to assassinate people. No one cares.
Roll knowledge. I'm being dead serious. Roll knowledge.
The knowledge you gain is killing Nazis is
Roll
cool.
no. Roll
There's
law.
there's-
Law is a skill. Roll
there's-
law.
3 lords down there too.
Roll law.
I'm looking.
It's 5.
You can
unless
still
you're
beat him up.
trained.
Yes. 47 under 50.
Yeah, I actually gave her a law.
Uh,
Okay, you know that you can kill them, but they did just surrender to you. You have to ask yourself the moral question here:
I
do you just
know.
murder Nazis that have surrendered? That could be questioned. Or
I am a staunch British patriot, but I do not despise the Nazis.
that's true. That's what I wrote down.
There's
So,
2, right?
Taking them into
There's
custody.
4.
So if you killed 3, there'd still be 1 to question. That's just math.
That is math.
That's Carlos's math. That's
Uh,
not Rebecca's
So
math.
upstairs, Astor, you are you know when you get the flu and you ache from like head to toes.
Yeah.
That's what you feel, but you're
Awesome.
done writhing in pain.
Oh, good.
However, you were hit probably like right below the collarbone on the left side. There is a hole in your coat, in your vest, in your shirt, and the skin there is black, except at the edges where it's green.
Oh.
And you can feel that pain is kind of like pulsing from that spot.
Can I give myself first aid?
You can try.
Got a 19 under 50.
Okay. You can roll a D3 and heal that.
All right, that's 2.
You see your gun has been dropped in the room. I assume you dropped it in the room, right?
yeah.
And I'll pick it up
Okay. And where are you going?
towards the kitchen.
'Kay.
I'm committing to the cause. If I'm going to die, I'm
That's
gonna
fine.
go
That's
in
fine.
the gun.
I'm
Blaze the
just
glory.
I didn't
double
want you to
checking.
die in vain. That's why I ran by you.
I appreciate it.
Carlos and Blake, you guys still have 1, 2, 3 guys up. 2 on Carlos and 1 on Blake. What are you guys doing? Carlos.
Burst.
Okay, hold on. Blake, we're declaring real quick, Carlos. Blake, you're going to fire
Anybody
on.
he doesn't kill, I'm going to kill.
'Kay.
And if there's nobody left, I'm going out the back door.
Okay, go ahead, Carlos.
I'm going to do another burst, 2 bullets on each.
'Kay.
That's a hit. And am I in point blank?
Yeah.
Jam.
No!
On the first one?
No, the second one.
Okay, so roll the damage for the first one. I'll let you have both. Like, you can double the damage since you would have fired both at him.
11 times 2.
Dead. Dead. Really dead. So 2 guys are still up, Blake.
Right.
So you're like, pop.
Well, that's the dangers of having a machine gun.
Right?
I'll start with the one on me.
'Kay.
So what's 5? What's critical? What's impale?
1/5.
All right, so 150.
You're also.
divided by 5 is 30. That's not
Oh, what'd you roll?
38.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, but you hit.
I did hit for
Okay.
5 points of damage.
Okay. That guy has not been hit yet, but that's fine.
So
Are
Second
you using
round.
your crappy gun or the gun you'd have gotten out of the trunk?
I only have the one gun.
He has
The
a
one
pistol, yeah.
That's an impale.
You're shooting the same guy again, I take it.
Yeah, the one that's
Okay.
on me. It makes it easier for me to then kill the one that's on.
Okay, roll your damage.
Uh,
Actually, stead doesn't matter. No, you could roll once. Go ahead.
I rolled a 5.
Okay, so 10. Yeah, dead. So there's one guy left up. Who is on Carlos. Do you want to fire on that for your third firing?
Yeah, if he's not going to take melee.
Oh, yeah, I guess he does. He'll swing on Carlos. Sorry, my bad. Good call. Carlos, I hit you.
Dodge it.
Dodge.
I get a 3.
Oh, well, heck, you dodged the crap out of that. You critically dodged.
I do 6.
Yeah.
6?
Well, do we roll twice or we just double?
Did you impale again?
Yeah.
You can do either.
I'm going to roll twice.
Okay, go ahead.
13.
Dead. So they're all dead. All right. Astor, you get in the room just as Blake shoots the last cook.
Good.
Out the back.
I'm not going on point. I just got blasted to the ground.
I don't have any actions left.
Actually, when you turn and tell him on point, you both see that he has holes burned in his shirt, like all the way to his skin, and his skin is black. He has like tried to cover it, like there wasn't much you could really do. You just
Right.
wiped across the outside of it real quick.
Band-Aid on it.
Yeah, just
Rub
I'm
some
stuck
dirt in
on
it.
Band-Aid brand because Band-Aid's stuck on me.
Band-Aid.
Should we blow the house?
Band-Aid.
We'll come back for Wilkerson.
Okay.
So you guys go out. You see her. There's a fire. There's a fire that's been lit right at the stele, which may have been lit earlier. You don't remember seeing it. It's a very low fire, but you can see her in the light of that fire, holding the shirt, like the scruff of the shirt of the man that she drug out, and a dagger, and she's chanting something, and then she lets him go, and you hear a crack. So the three of you are out there.
Wait, do I have time to jam or unjam my gun and reload while I'm doing while this is going on?
You can be unjamming during the first round of combat, and
Okay.
that'll finish it out. Because I don't know how many rounds it takes. You have to roll. We'll just assume it'll be done after the first round.
Okay.
It may not matter.
Can I reload as well, or
You can do one or the other.
Okay.
You all need to make sanity checks. Not you, Shirley.
You don't get
Pass.
any of the fun, Shirley.
I'm arresting Nazis.
Miss.
If you failed, you are going to lose a D4. If you succeed, or no, I'm sorry. If you succeed, a D4. If you failed, a D8.
I gotta find that one.
Poor Rob.
Do you need a D8, or Phil?
Yeah, because that's like the one die I didn't pull out.
Well, I'm just going to choose the one you.
Bludgeon. I liked Astor too.
This has an elder sign on it.
That's an 8.
Great.
yikes?
The sky above the stele has opened.
Neat.
Like a purple energy has cracked open, and something is coming out of the sky as this large, long-headed, winged beast flaps and lands next to Nitocris. And she starts to climb on it to fly away. You guys can fire if you want, but it's been more than 3 rounds. And so basically you know that it's not going to work.
Right.
That is what I'm telling you. You are aware of that fact.
Right.
So the thing that just dropped out of the sky, I need all of you to roll Cthulhu, and then also put another point in Cthulhu.
I did not pass.
Okay. I don't expect anybody to pass. I'm just giving you more Cthulhu.
Well, I was at zeros, so
Well, I had 20, but I still.
I'm at 1 in Cthulhu Mythos.
You know, you
I've
could
seen
sass
one
on
big
Mike.
baddie.
Oh, you're growing up so quick.
I know it.
I assume you failed as well, George.
Yes.
Okay. So the large creature bends down to let her on and turns at
It's like a Cthulhu centaur.
at you, Astor,
Oh,
and
no.
screeches.
Whoa.
Just in a like defensive posture.
Okay.
She climbs up on it. You guys can fire if you want. Do you tell them that her girdle is working?
Yeah. I relay that back to the group.
So what do you guys want to do?
I'm clearing my jam, so
Okay, clear the jam. You could also, just Carlos throwing this out there, you could also cast the spell.
am I close enough?
You could
Did you
move
say
close
dex and
enough.
feet?
Yeah, I'll let you move close enough.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay.
And you've made it clear to us. Then that's what you're doing. How many?
Yeah.
How many feet away am I?
You will not be close enough to double.
But I can fire.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll go out and hail a gunfire. I'll fire.
Carlos, yeah, so you're going to fire after Carlos, I take it?
Yeah.
And are you firing as well?
Yes.
Okay, what's your dex?
10.
Jesus. Okay, so you don't get first firing because you have to wait for Carlos. Carlos then casts the spell. So you'll get second and third firing, and that's it.
Okay.
So go ahead, Blake. Second firing.
I didn't have to wait for Carlos.
I hit for 9.
9 damage. She's going to attempt to dodge. Oh, yeah, she dodges. Astor, go ahead and fire.
Got it.
Damage.
It's for 8.
8. Okay. Second firing.
Third fire.
Third firing. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, that was only my first firing.
We don't get first firing because he's casting the spell.
I'm at dexterity of 10. He's way ahead of me.
That's true.
First firing goes by, then he would cast a spell on regular melee.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
So I impale.
Okay. Roll the damage.
So I follow the same rules as before. So
Sure.
I'll roll twice. Because I'm guessing I don't get to pick each time.
No. There she is.
8. I rolled a 7 and then I rolled a 1. That makes me sad.
What'd you do? Well, 8 damage.
Yes.
Okay. She slumps slightly as the bird takes off, or as the creature takes off.
Looks like
Yeah, I was
bird.
going to say, that's not a bird.
Astor, do you have a second firing?
Yes.
You're going to be at half.
'Kay.
Because it is much quicker than it should be.
I missed.
You probably hit the thing she's flying, and it just bounces off.
Yeah,
Just
I
ting.
didn't care.
The screech momentarily, it screeches again, momentarily fills all three of you with existential dread, but that fades almost immediately, and she goes up through the crack, and it closes.
I think we made a new friend.
Shirley, you, the nobles you're with go in, search the area, pull out Lugers, and take all 4 men up with, their hands up upstairs and out the front door. Someone has called the police and they're on their way. You can hear the siren already. You guys get back just as like the...
Oh,
yeah. No,
I'm
go
going to
ahead.
set up demolition charge on the steel.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to check on to see if Servant Man is alive.
Servant man.
That was thrown in the fire or whatever.
Oh, no, he's dead. Like
Well,
his...
I'm going to check.
Give me an occult.
I'm looking for that doctor.
Ooh, that's a big no.
Okay. You can see that his throat was cut, and by cut I mean like the dagger that's on the ground, because there's a dagger there, is made of something very sharp, because it went through all the way to the spine.
Are the cops there yet?
Not yet.
Ew.
And then you can
I'm
tell
gonna
the
take that.
blood was flicked onto the stele as part of the ritual.
I'm going to pocket
Probably.
that.
Okay. It is some sort of black Oh, you have not seen it before. Carlos, do you let Carlos?
Yeah, I'm not taking it from the group.
Carlos,
I don't want the cops.
You've
getting it.
seen
I wanna
this
take it
metal
back to section
before.
M.
This is what you saw in the weapons in the Dreamland.
Okay.
So yeah, you pocket the dagger. The guy's dead, and are you guys headed? You set the charge.
Yeah.
Just one charge.
Um,
One charge should be more than enough to destroy it. I'm just asking.
no, I'm going to ask for Blake's.
Okay.
I give that over.
So I do 2.
2. So then you still have one, and
Yeah.
Astor still have. Okay. So as you're walking back in, you set it off.
I'd set it for like, I don't know, a 2-minute delay and bug back into the house.
Okay. Back in through the kitchen, or are you going around the front?
Our car's at the front, right?
That's correct.
I'd go there and stow my guns and stuff in there.
All right.
So my question is, at this point in time, the lords have led the Nazis out. The police are on their way. I don't want anyone finding out. I don't want the police to know about all of the artifacts that are in that room.
There's no
No.
chance of that. The nobles saw it.
That's what I'm saying. Do I tell them this is a secret mission from M6?
That is a possibility.
Is that right?
That is a possibility.
And they need to keep it under wraps for their country. And do not tell them about
Section M, not
Section
M6.
M. And do not tell them about the room in the back, because I was going to go close the door.
Okay. Yeah. While you're down there, you do see that there's a secret door. You find the latch for it. It opens into the other basement.
Into the other,
Yeah.
the kitchen. Or the
You told
cellar.
me that was a bad assumption.
It was a bad assumption because you don't ever want to go down without knowing where the other exit is. It's always a bad
My question
idea.
is, I want to call in a cleanup crew. Do I call them now, or
From Section M?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's all taken care of. That's not a big deal.
how is it taken care of?
Because you call them and tell them what's happened.
Oh, well, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. There's no
Okay,
effort you
yeah.
need to put into that.
Right.
You say in the course of our investigations, things went a little sideways. Do
Okay.
you guys search the rest of the house?
After I stow my BAR, I will have my handgun, and I'm going to run upstairs and look for Wilkerson.
So you go upstairs for Wilkerson.
Yeah.
You search. There's several bedrooms up there. You find the master bedroom after opening a couple of doors. And hanging from the, hanging from the ceiling is Wilkerson's body. I'd like you to give me a
The keeper, for our listeners, mimed hanging from a noose.
yes. I'm sorry. Yes, hanging from a rope in a noose is Wilkerson's body. I'd like you to give me a first aid if you have it, Carlos.
Why would I?
Just give me first aid.
I fail.
Really?
Yeah, I got a 97.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, looks legit to you.
I go and
Like
poke
he
him.
didn't necessarily go by himself though. Like I also.
Oh, okay.
want
Yeah,
to-
then go for it. Yeah. Sorry, he
wanted
said
to
he
try-
was doing this. I didn't realize you were going with him.
Well, I didn't know if you're going to go around and
No.
gather all over.
No.
I got an 09.
That is not Wilkerson. That is a body that looks very much like him. You'd have to guess it was never really alive, though, which is creepy and weird and causes a sanity check.
I tell Carlos.
Oh, hey, Carlos, that's a sanity check.
I fail.
You'll lose one.
Fail.
You'll lose one. Astor, did you go up there with them, too? Nope.
I'm looking for the doctor. I told that a while ago.
Yeah, he kind of helps you take off your shirt and your jacket, your vest, your shirt, your undershirt, and then he's like, I don't know what this is.
Oh, good.
He's the world's most helpful doctor.
The thing is, your skin is black, not like it's got a scab over it or anything. It's just blackened, and then there's a green oozing on the outside of it that isn't really doing anything else.
Yum.
And it's not blood and it's not pus. It's just green ooze.
At some point when I see Astor, I'll say, we've got some friends that might be able to help us better.
I hope so. I just want someone to help. I'm oozing.
The constables secure the location. They kind of go around and take care of the nobles that are there and send people home. And after there's lots of questions.
Am I there when Rebecca tells the police that it's a Section
Yeah.
So yeah, what if she doesn't prompt them? I'll say, if you can help us with crowd control, and
Of course, sir. Yes, absolutely.
and perimeter maintenance, we'll handle the rest. Like I don't want them snooping throughout the rest of the house either. Or whatever.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
kinda-
Yeah. They spread out. Nobody really goes through the house. They're waiting. They just assume that they'll secure the scene and move from there. It's probably an hour and 45 before members of Section M show up. Weld comes out, as well as Dr. Maura Washington, and they start going through the house, step by step. The police mark Wilkerson as dead. Even if you tell them that he's not dead, they look at you very strangely.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Okay. So he is,
I mean, I'll tell it Section M, but I'm not going to tell.
yeah, he is dead.
Does the stele blow up okay?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Does anyone remark when I set fire to the library?
You set fire to the library, really?
Are you
No, no, no,
seriously
no, I'm
going to set
serious.
fire?
That's not the stuff we want.
You just want to set fire to something.
We'll come back later and burn the place down.
You are told that there were ritual items found among the Nazis'
Effects.
Oh, and they're-
effects.
The police are just holding the Nazis for us, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There were occult items found among the Nazis' effects, including a book about the Dreamlands. That is obviously going to Section M. And then there's a ton of stuff down there that has nothing to do with what was going on. That was left over from before. Yeah. So you guys are pretty set. Headed back to London after a night of questioning and figuring out what's going on and searching the grounds. And I think it's a little short, but that will do us tonight for the Nerds Domain Presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. You guys can find our other podcasts at nerdsdom.com, and we will talk to you guys next week. And that will do it for us tonight on the Nerds Domain Presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. Remember, you can email us at nerdsdomain@gmail.com or find us over on Facebook and Twitter at facebook.com/nerdsdomain and twitter.com/nerdsdomain. You can also check out our site at nerdsdom.com. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter while you're there. You can head over to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. We want to thank Passion Nerdly for our music. Don't forget, you can support us at patreon.com/nerdsdomain and check out our shirts at TeePublic.